Hello, everyone. My name is Erica Whitaker, and I'm the senior pastor at Buechel Park Baptist Church. Do you ever just feel like you can't catch your breath? Where the world keeps turning over and over and over again, like some nauseating roller coaster you just can't get off of? These days seem surreal. Some days are better than others, but if we truly admit to ourselves, some days are just really hard. The anxiety and fear seems to restrict our capacity to breathe, to take in air, to see another way out. In the midst of horrific news, in the midst of devastating loss of innocent lives like George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, just makes you feel helpless. Yesterday was Pentecost, and we celebrated the birth of the church 2,000 years ago. I can't imagine what the church looked like then, let alone what the church is going to look like next week. How do we come together as a community when so much seems to be pulling us apart? How do we as white people become allies and work on our own embedded racism? I mean, these words nobody likes to repeat or say out loud, but they are the reality. And right now, the illusion of everything being back in order has been broken down. And perhaps that's where God does some of God's best work. In the book of Luke, at the very beginning, the Spirit of God breathes on Mary and conceives something no one could have ever imagined. The Son of God, Jesus Christ, who came to teach us a new way to live. And then at the beginning of Acts, the Holy Spirit comes upon the people of God and breathes new life, conceives something that we could never have imagined on our own. Our world is in desperate need of breath of God that helps us reimagine a new way forward. And we cannot do that on our own. And we certainly cannot do it by vilifying every group that thinks differently than us, or chooses to speak out in ways that we might not ever have to do on our own. We do that by coming together. We do that by listening to one another. And we do that by trusting the Holy Spirit to not change the world outside of us, but to change the world within us. For if we all work on the ugly, monstrous parts of our own hearts, we might then be able to breathe deeper and then to open ourselves up to those that may live differently, that may experience life differently, that may even need us to come alongside them and fight for justice in ways that we never thought was needed. Today, I pray that you open your heart to the Spirit of God who is breathing new life all around us and within us. And perhaps then the church might just be born again in a new light for a new purpose. Maybe then we might be able to see the Spirit of God blowing us in a way that we could never imagine.